So I made 14K in 4 weeks selling AI agents and infrastructures, and I didn't have to do any BS like cold calling or do any BS like running ads. I'm gonna show you the same exact strategies I used with nothing held back in the same exact video. And for you just to see before we jump into it, here is almost $15,000 that I made in the last 4 weeks of using the same exact strategy I'm gonna show you in this video. It's very simple. I'm gonna walk you through how I think about this and my method of thinking, and then the exact strategies that I'm using to land deals like this. Let's jump into it. So honestly, best place to start, to be honest, is this secret formula. Like, this is literally me taking my brain and plopping it into your brain by you sitting here and watching this video. This is going to help you out a lot. If by any means you need any extra help with anything, you can check any of the links in the description where I offer one-on-one coaching, where I pretty much sit down with you and walk you through this whole process as well. But what this secret formula basically is I'm going to essentially give you a short list of niche markets that are super easy to sell to, already buying these types of services or know they need to, often underserved by, a lot of the tech nerds, as I like to call it, out there that are trying to sell some agents for $5. But we're going to get past the whole agent space, right? And it's perfect for AI agents that you can build with zero code tools like NAN, because that's pretty much all I use, and that's pretty much what I'm going to tell you guys to use if you can't tell by the YouTube channel already. So how you need to think about niche selection. The goal is not to find a cool industry, right? Like, cool industries are cool, of course, but at the end of the day, sometimes where majority of the money is made is in a lot of things that are boring, right? Like, there's people out here that have lawn care companies that are super boring, but it makes money, right? It doesn't have to be super exciting. So just remember that and keep that in mind. It's people already spending money. There's a painful manual process that they're going through. They repeat that manual process often, right? And it can be automated in days and not weeks, right? So what I like to look at is this simple formula over here. So what you want to look after is something that has high lead flow, right? Has either high value contracts or it's like high friction admin. And I explained this a bit over in my free course, but for this video specifically, high lead flow is like there's just a ton of traffic coming through, like customer wise or people that are interested in buying, just a ton of traffic. I know for a fact anything with high lead flow is content creators, scaled up home service businesses, right? Because I know a lot of people online are going to tell you guys, oh, home service businesses. But bro, remember, only go for high home service businesses that are actually scaled up. There's 15-year-olds with home service businesses, and I hope you guys aren't trying to sell AI to 15-year-olds. So let's get that out of the case here. No one watching my videos selling to kids. Now also, you have B2C Saas companies, and you guys are probably like, if you guys are wondering what B2C Saas companies are, for example, I'm recording this video on Loom. That is a SaaS company, right? It's a software as a service. So just think about small things like that you use are usually SaaS companies. Like Notion technically is a SaaS company. A lot of you guys know what Notion is. NAN is a SaaS company. So those are SaaS companies. Usually it's a software that they're probably selling for anywhere between $5 to maybe sometimes even $200 a month usually. They have a lot of traffic coming through because since it's low ticket, they need a lot of people to go through and buy their stuff. So they have high lead flow. Because if you're selling a product for $50 a month, you have to sell a lot of units. So it has high lead flow. Anything with high value contracts works well as well. Like anything real estate wise, anything with lawyers, private equity, those are more so high value contracts. So it's not as many leads that come through, but the deals hit harder. Or anything that's like high friction admin. So it could be medical offices, it could be insurance agencies, or it can be government agencies. But I usually like to walk around. I know a lot of people that venture off into these categories, but I stay around in the high lead flow categories because just the NAN agents compared with it work the best. But of course, what I'm here is to not make everyone go do one simple thing and then overcomplicate it or oversaturate it for everyone else. Let's be honest, going towards one little, sell home service, and then the whole entire industry goes to sell home service is just making it harder for everyone else. So And the way we do niche validation, this is an interactive worksheet as well. Like a good way to get into things is just asking what do I know, right? Like if you have industry experience or past job experience, or who do I know, like family, friends, or in business, or clients from works, or what's broken, right? So for example, I have one student that is doing pretty well now inside of my coaching program, and he was a HR for a lot of companies. And right now, as we speak, we're building some NAN agents and turning it into an infrastructure that deals with all of the admin work for HR. So the reason why he came up with the idea is because he was like, what do I know? He knew like in the work field, like the corporate field, the HR process was broken and janky, and he knew that he could fix it with an agent and an infrastructure and sell it to other companies, right? So you really have to think and dig deep to be able to have this. This formula will keep you ahead of the whole entire market. No one else has this formula on YouTube, simply because this is what I've used to unsaturate myself and put myself in a lot of blue oceans. So moving on. So another thing as well is like you just use this 4C filter, right? So it's just making sure they have cache, there's some chaos going on, and then there's consistency, and then there's connection, right? And then what you could do, you can rank all the C's from 1 to 5, and typically a lot of the niches that I showed you will land over in at least 16 plus, right? If it's under 15, go ahead and just skip that shit. It's not worth it, right? And a big thing that I tell a lot of people too as well is how to find and solve problems on your own. So here's where most people mess up, trying to send like they do like their NAN workflows or their automations. Like this is how you really sell an infrastructure here. Clients don't care about tools. I stress this in every video. They care about outcomes. They're not trying to buy, what you built. They're buying what it does for them. So listen for pain, not for features. Your job is to explain how the infrastructure will help their business, not how to explain how a webhook triggers an API call. Right? Listen for what the business owner is saying. I forget to follow up with leads. I'm still onboarding people manually. We spend hours sending reports every week. Like that is literally the bat signal. So don't complicate any of the agents, or don't complicate any infrastructure that you're building for everyone else, right? This is how I think about it. And this is how you should think about it. There's a problem. There's an infrastructure that gets a result. Take a problem, you fix it with the infrastructure, and then it gets the result. That's all you need to know. Right? Now we're going to use these big 400 IQ brains that we have, and we're going to go ahead and jump in. You have the formula, you know the method of thinking. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some examples of how you go out and you actually captivate on this opportunity. So what I like to do is get a simple sheet going, and I like to jot down, anywhere between 10 to even like 100 different leads that I want to work with or that I find that are super interesting. And then it's a bit different. So when I'm going after, per se, creators, for example, and through this video, just stick with me. This is the most important part. I'm going to show you guys an example for creators. I'm going to show you an example for Saas companies, and I'm going to show you an example for like some home service businesses. They're all a little bit different, but I'm going to show you guys the method on how to sell before you even got to sell. So with creators, like I said, I'll have a list like this, and the two places I search, honestly, YouTube and TikTok. Right? I try to just see if they're selling anything, like if they're selling any online programs or anything like that, or if they're not. I try to figure out, what type of promotions they have, because I know out of everyone, they know most about AI. They just don't know how to do it, and they'll definitely buy it. So let's go ahead and look on YouTube for example. All right, a simple way to do this is, for example, you just type in anything that you're interested in. Let's say we're going to do videography. We open up a tab here, and we go to videos like this. So what I then do is I just check out what's going on over in here, right? Get 30 tips, 30 days. Cool. I just check out the type of things that they have going on. Complete for free. Check the email. So this could be automated with anything. Like if you have to put information on in, this can be automated with anything. The gear I use, learn photography from me, right? So there's a lot of things that could be done. You could automate their videography business. You can automate the things that they're selling online to other people too as well. And the way to do that is just provide value first, right? Provide value first. Like show them just a couple of different things that you can get them access to. So for example, take this and plug this, take this link, and then what I like to use is this thing called Poppy AI, and I'll show you how it works. So what Poppy AI is, it's just like a whiteboard AI platform that can literally diagnose any video or any ad like this, and it works very, very well when you're doing videos. So you can then take that video that you pasted, you put it right here, And then what you then do is you just get this chatbot and you drag that chatbot over here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to connect this. And then this is pretty much like your market research essentially. So it's like break down the creator of this video. And then you can say, I want to be able to sell him. So he's like, I want to be able to sell him AI agents and infrastructures. What would be most useful for him? And this is like, for example, this is something that you guys can literally do to play around with and find solutions that'll think. It'll literally drain everything from this video. Then it'll start pumping out things like this, like based on the video content creators beginners guide series, I can see they're an educational content creator, and then it'll keep pumping out more information shortly. And then when it's cooking everything up, it breaks down who exactly you're pulling the video content from and what they need. So I can tell you business operations, technical infrastructure, highest ROI opportunities, student support, chatbot. So you can make a chatbot inside of NAN. You can make a course content generator, and NAN can help them scale course content creator and launch new topics faster. So in other videos I mentioned, like I make AI copywriting agents, right? You could connect the AI copywriting agent, have it also working alongside a support chatbot, right? And then YouTube optimization, so optimizing his organic reach. So you put all of those together, right? And then you can then do this. So like you can just take this and be like, give me some pitch. And this is a great way too as well. Like if you don't have the formula stuck in your head, this is a good thing to use, go through and get access to. And then now what it's doing is it's giving you specific angles. So you would essentially read through this angle, and I would read through this angle, and I'd be well prepared for a pitch. And I would also know what to build in the AI agents, because I already know I'm going to build something content related, and it's going to be support related as well. So something to write out content scripts on any end, and I made a ton of those before. And then also something to help them with support. So now we can take this and we can reach out to them just like this. You come back over to YouTube, and then the best thing to do is you just grab one of his emails from over here, and you go ahead and contact him through email. Thing to plug email, like usually the way you find emails is you come here, you view email address, but I use this thing called SimilarTube, which is just a connection to the browser, and it will give you the emails as well. So what you can then do, just paste his email in here, and then you can send something over like AI is taking over, but in a good way, right? And then out here, you're just writing off a simple pitch. So the type of message you want to send here too as well is just something like this, like, hey Pat, the AI now will read through the whole video, so now you don't really have to watch the video. You can just go ahead and title something here, like love your 80% videography basics video. You break down the complex concepts better than most film schools. How many hours a week do you spend answering student questions instead of creating content? I build photography educators like you and automate the boring stuff, right? AI chatbot, YouTube optimizer, course creation. And then what you can do, like for example, AI chatbot is also an easy one. What you can honestly do is, I shouldn't share this, but I'm going to share it. You could go into something like Poe, right? Like right here, Poe.com, and you could create a bot like here and just create a prompt bot for them. And then what you can then do is you can just pick whichever one here, like let's just say Claude, and then you could prompt it here. So what you then do is go back over to Poppy AI, and it's like, hey, I'm creating a chatbot for this creator. Can you please give me prompts? But I'll just give it a second here and let that cook up. And as you can then see, it starts to cook up a bunch of prompts that you can do, and it can get more in depth because all you would have to do is literally just go here to more YouTube videos and then literally just start pumping every single YouTube video in here, and then you just take these prompts and you paste them in here, and then this will give you a link, and then over in the email this can be like your example that you give them in the link, and then you send that email off. That's literally what I do, and they love it. It's because the reason why is because once you give away something like that for free that takes you literally 3 minutes, if you're sitting here and you're scoffing, you're just lazy. I'm just telling you that right now. So I'm going to just talk to you in third person, break the third wall, and just be like, don't be lazy, just do this so you can make money and do whatever you want to do with your life. Just make sure you're able to do this, which is content creators, they will eat that up. And then you can sell the whole infrastructure after. And then it's not as much as selling, right? It's that simple. That's like one formula that I have. I can't show everything because I'm not going to lie, my students did pay for, a lot of secret stuff as well. So I'm going to keep that under wraps. But that is the way you can do it for content creators. Now let's jump into some SaaS companies. This one is simple. But also one more thing I can share with you guys is the similar tube as well. What you can do is this button right here also makes the search way easier. Like you'll just press this and then you'll be able to find more creators. 1 second. After I just had to sign in, but after you sign in, you just press search and then it'll start looking for people here. And then what will happen is it'll start showing similar, like look, already 9 creators, 11, 12 creators, will start showing similar results of people you can go through here. So it's a good way to just come in here and then just open up new accounts here, where then you'll come
How do professional photographers do
other profiles. But now let's go ahead and jump over into some home service companies. So with a lot of home service companies too as well, super easy to find. Like you can even do any near you, like if it's an HVAC company, HVAC companies near me is a very simple way to do it. And then pretty much just going through, finding some here, finding the website here. These are super easy to find. Biggest thing that I want to go through is like the same thing. You can take this website and you could analyze it in any different AI. But going through, you have to think, okay, what's the best place I can get in contact with people like this? So first place you can try contact. This is all right, but we want to more so look for the email address. Another place to go is definitely Instagram. Look, see, this is how outdated home service people are. Like the Instagram doesn't even work. Let's see if the Facebook works. Yeah, the Facebook will work. So just coming here, reaching out to them on Facebook is definitely a go-to. But of course, you will be able to find some of them on Instagram. Let's try to find a different example. So for example, this one over here, if it lets me scroll, this one over here will take you over to their Instagram account here. So cool, we have that. So the first thing we want to do is, yeah, you can take the website, you can look at what they need, you can go through the website too as well, and then just see what they have, the way you schedule the services. Super outdated. You can go ahead and fill these out and then see if you get a response. Also cool as well, we found an email, so we can send an email as well. But honestly, what we want to do is we want to, instead of just trying to blow their socks off with what everyone's doing, because this is going to be the most competitive one I'm going to show you, because everybody's doing this right now. So when it's competitive like this, one of the best things we can do is just analyze the website, get AI to analyze the website, and then go over to HeyGen or anything like HeyGen. And what we're going to do is we're going to make them a free ad that takes 2 minutes, and we're going to use that as leverage in this outreach that we're doing. So imagine like you're presenting it to a company like this, and it's like, hey, I would love to be able to set up an infrastructure to help you guys out with the lack of, response time that you're getting to leads, but also help you out with some of the marketing to get more leads in too as well. And then it's from the point of having a AI avatar that you give them for free without them having to pay for it. They're going to want to get on the phone with you, and then once they get on the phone with you, you sell them, more things like this, but then you're also able to sell them the whole infrastructure, where it can be the automatic emails, the call booking, the automatic dialer, everything that you guys see on YouTube too as well that everyone's selling. You can go through and sell that way. This is to get your foot in the door and actually get you noticed. And as you can see, I've made videos before down here, but to just make a new video, you just go to create video, create an AI studio, and then what you could do is you add a script here, right? You can literally go over into any AI, add a simple script with the business name, and we'll prompt out a very simple video of them going through and just explaining everything here. And then this is where like you can just download it and send it in an email. Very simple. You just can come over here on Instagram, contact them on Instagram, send it to them, or contact them via their email and send it to them there. No one's doing this specifically because, yes, it is a little bit of effort, but honestly, this will get you a lot of responses. And everyone that's used it gets a lot of responses from it too. So this is definitely the way to go. Now let's hit the last one, Saas Companies. Not too different from the other three, but it's just a little bit different in how we're going to go about finding them. So with a lot of like SaaS companies like this, usually what I like to do is I like to think of things that I use, look it up on Instagram, and then of course on Instagram, once you follow, they'll give you a bunch of different recommended accounts too as well, right? But going through it, usually I just come here, I look through the website, I figure out what's going on here, and a lot of times I make AI decipher the website. A lot of times you can get access to the email, and you can get access to the Instagram too as well here. Like for example, this company over here, you can come here and then you can go to more resources. Look, they have a YouTube channel down here, and then what you can then do is method how to tailor your resume. Yeah, you can take all of these videos and you can literally just come over here and then go over into the Poppy AI that I showed you guys earlier. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect this, and then you can just paste that in. You can paste a bunch of videos in, and then you could do the same thing. Like you just connect this up and just be like, hey, I want to create an AI. I want to create an AI infrastructure for this company. Give me notes on what exactly they could need that would give them a huge ROI. Cool. So we'll just let that print that out. Now look, it gives you, and this is where Poppy AI really shines, it gives you a in detail breakdown of where the company is, revenue range, where they're in phase 1, advanced job matching engine, right? Intelligent application optimization, and then operational efficiency. So you can map out this whole entire thing and then figure out what exactly you can sell to them, right? And then I'm gonna let you guys use your own brains on this one, but super simple. You have the Instagram, right? That's not this one. You have their Instagram over here, and then also super easy. You can grab their email from over here. Let's see if their email is on this. And then if it is, we get to go. Yeah, cool. You can grab their email, take one of these emails. Don't do the hello one. You can do like member support or something like that, because the hello one probably just send you the spam. And then we'll just personalize this a little bit, like AI is helping with resumes, open to see. All right, and then we're essentially cooking up a pitch over here. And with just this tool over here, it makes it so much easier because we can just read through what exactly they need and we know exactly what to give them. And then what you have is you will have a response to come up like this. And just like the other ones, what you can do is always find just one tiny agent or any bot that you need to be able to get them over the board on the call. Like when we're talking about just simply selling these agents, we need to remember that I don't want you guys to, have to be like super salesy people and learn sales. I just want you guys to be able to sell before the call. And what I mean by selling before the call is always providing value before the call so they trust you more. And whether that's like you already making the agent before the call and you can send them a Loom video of you already having to create the agent. Because I'm not great at sales by any means, but the reason why I can close the deals is because I close the deals before the call. Like a lot of times you walk into an Apple store, you already know you're probably buying an iPhone. They don't have to sell you on anything. So you shouldn't have to sell them on any of the agents. You should do all the selling beforehand, which is much easier and it's just a little bit of effort than just hard closing some stranger on a sales call. So before you go on a sales call, you want to check off a couple of things. Have I gotten this person to be interested? Okay, cool. That's why they're on the call. But then also, have I sent over everything that I needed to send to be able to get them to where they need to be, to where they can trust me more, to where they're going to believe that they can pay me for this type of product, right? But of course, I hope you guys found this valuable. Like I said, you guys can check out the description if you guys want any more help with something like this. But until then, I hope you guys found this valuable. Peace.